Hi friend, it's Ron from CamMastery.com, where you can go to learn how to make great videos with Camtasia. This is a free lesson Friday, which means you get a free lesson right from my Camtasia Mastery course. If you want to get the entire course, you can head over to CamMastery.com/store and pick up that course. Now, onto the video. So now what I want to do is show you how I use extend a frame and cropping in order to hide things from viewers. So maybe you have a website that you're showing and there's some scrolling banner at the top and that motion is distracting your viewers. Or maybe you forgot to close your chat client and something pops up or some sort of notification appears in the lower right and you didn't want your viewers to see that and distract them from whatever it is that you're talking about. So what I have here as an example is I have this audio and it's showing motion or movement while I'm talking, and that can be a distraction. So what I'll do is I'll find a place that has the minimum amount, like right here. This is a pretty quiet spot. I'm going to grab this frame and I'm going to extend this frame. So I make sure that the clip is selected. I'll use Shift E, and I know that I want this to be at least like 10 seconds. So I'll say like 10, and then I'll grab this and drag it to a new track and bring this back so that things are synchronized back to where they should be. Now, I want this to start a little bit earlier, so let me find where this begins. Looks like it's back here, and I'll zoom way in to find the exact frame that I want. Okay, right here is where it comes over. So this is the first frame, so I'll zoom back out, and I'll grab this and I'll say, I want it to start here, just freeze whatever I have going on here. Now, as I'm going through and explaining this, the mouse is moving, or the cursor is moving up above. So what I want to do is really just freeze this part here and this part here. And I'll do that. I want this to be frozen up through probably right about here. So I'm going to extend this out till this duration. So it happens to be almost 19 seconds that I want this to happen. But like I said, as I'm talking here, the mouse isn't moving at all. I don't see anything. And like I said, I really just want to freeze these sections over here. So now that I have this clip that covers up all of that motion, what I'll do is I'll use the Alt key to crop this down so that everything below this section is frozen. So now as I click over to this new tab, I see the mouse, I see that cursor blinking, the mouse is moving, the cursor's moving on the screen. I can choose the drop down if I need to, and it shows, let me just make sure I have all of that drop down. So I'll zoom into 100%, use the pan tool to look at this in detail. Looks like it's cutting off the bottom of that, so I'll go back to edit here, and I'll hold down the Alt key. I'll drag this down and just make sure we get all of that. There we go. So there's a little bit of a shadow behind it too. Good. So now I made sure that everything that I need to see, I can see, and then I'll continue through. Things still aren't moving at the bottom, but they are at the top. And then it goes down, it's still blinking, and then I can have this lit up again. All right, so that's a way for me to just say, I just need to cover up this portion. Now, if I wanted to, I can zoom back out and say, well, you know, I just want to have this portion of my screen frozen. Okay, and I could do that, and that's fine. Nothing else is really moving. Maybe the time does move. In that time, the minute goes up to the next minute, and maybe not. But if you needed just a portion of the screen, again, I use the Alt key to resize or to crop whatever it is I have, and you can see that if I don't crop enough, it will show in the background. So I'll make sure to crop and get everything covered that I want to have frozen for the viewer. So again, the idea here is to minimize distractions for your viewer, and to do that, we just freeze some portion of our clip and cover up anything that might be a distraction.